Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Lombros, and welcome to the first installment of Fishing the 315. Okay, so today's first video for Fishing the 315, I am going to be showing you guys what I got here in my good old fishing bag. So, to start off the video, I have a simple tactical backpack right here. It's very comfortable. I've had it for years, and it fits so much tackle. It's crazy on how much you can fit. The pockets in this thing are amazing. So definitely, if you're looking for a bigger bag, I would recommend one of these tactical backpacks. I have a black one over there, but I use this tan one here, which works wonders for me. It's amazing. So we should start off with the front. I have a simple American flag patch right there. Here is a portable charger, which I charge about weekly if I'm not using it, and I just stick it on a carabiner right on the front of the bag there. Here's a first aid kit that I keep with me all the time, just in case I'm ever hurt on a trip, or anybody else is hurt. So here's my first aid kit, and then I have just a little knife here that I like to use, but I mainly use my bigger knife here. I picked this up from Walmart for about $10 about 2 years ago, and then I have my Gerber multi-tool right over here. I'll grab it for you guys. So here's my Gerber, or however people pronounce it, multi-tool. I love this tool. It comes in a nice belt loop pouch right here, and you just pull it out here, and there's so many attachments on this thing. There's a knife, a mini saw, there's scissors, a bottle opener, a screwdriver, whatever you need, it's in this Gerber multi-tool. And I'm not sponsored, but Gerber, hit me up if I'm even pronouncing it right. So next up, we are going to dive right into the backpack. So right as we open the backpack up, I'm going to go into the biggest compartment here. So we open it right up here, and I typically carry 3 tackle boxes with me, sometimes 4, but it gets a little spacey in there. So let's go through my first one here. As you can see, it is a little banged up and dirty, but that's the perks of being a fisherman, right? So I've got a lot of mystery tackle box stickers on here, because I do get the mystery tackle box each month, and I most likely will be doing a mystery tackle box unboxing with it. So these were all from last year, all the stickers I got. And if we go ahead and open it up, it's not the most organized, but I'll show you what I got. So right here, I've got a little bluegill swim bait right here. I actually got this from my buddy Nate for my birthday, which was a couple days ago, and I love it. The action in the water with this thing is just absolutely beautiful. So then we've got a simple popper here, if I could detach it. So we just have a simple wooden popper here, which I love to use this thing. Whenever it's clear, calm waters, just going at the water with the popper here, I get so many bass on this thing. I love it. Then we're gonna move on to our frogs here. So I do have a black frog, which you can see has rubber tails on the end. I love this frog, but I also love my white frog here, which is a little bit more beat up. I love this white frog too, and I've caught a lot of bass on those grassy areas on the water. So here we just got a couple jerkbaits. As you can see here, this one has sort of a perch resemblance to it, and I love this swim bait because it was my dad's, and now I'm using it, and it has caught me a lot of bass. So right here we have a beautiful mystery tackle box chatterbait, and it's in sort of a let me put that up there. It's in sort of a black and purple color, so I just put a little blackish purple swim bait on there, and I absolutely love this thing. And it says, up there, the original chatterbait. Mystery Tackle Box does a great job with all their chatterbaits that they have, and basically all their baits that they sell. I love Mystery Tackle Box, and I highly do recommend you getting one for only $19.99 a month. It's great. So I do have another chatterbait in here. This one is sort of a pumpkin or green pumpkin sort of type color. As you can see here, it's a very, very good chatterbait, and I did stick a little orangish green craw on there, which I love using. So I love the chatterbaits, and I love, you know, the jigs and whatnot. So I think that this right here is a great chatterbait to use. All right, on to my next box. So in this box, I like to keep a lot of my, as you can see here, a lot of jerkbaits and crankbaits and whatnot. This one does have a see-through, here, hold on one second, has a see-through body where you can see on the bottom that there is a little bit of weighted, just a little, you know, a couple weights down there. I love this because if you can hear it, it likes to rattle and shake, and you can hear it. It's got a very pretty glitter paint job on the top and a see-through bottom. So I love this one, and it has caught me a lot of bass. I highly do recommend it. This next one here, I haven't caught many bass on this, but I plan to catch more in the future. It's a very nice teal, purple, silver color. It's much longer than the other ones that I have, with the 3 trebles on the bottom. But it's a beautiful, beautiful lure, and I love using it. Then here we have a couple bobbers. I don't typically use bobbers that much unless I'm, you know, setting a secondary pole out just, you know, just to bait. But you know, I do like using bobbers for those, you know, more for, you know, I'm just trying to chillax and, you know, just leave my line out there for a couple minutes. So if you've ever been fishing with me, you know that I do love these split shots, and I'm sure all of you out there do love the split shots. So I have so many split shots in my tackle box. It's crazy. So here I've got a nice jig here, and I put a Guggen Squad, looks like a trench hog on here. And I love Guggen Squad, but I also love these jigs with the little rubber feather things. So yeah, definitely I highly recommend Guggens, and I will get into my Guggen collection in just a minute. They are a great brand for really a cheap price. So yeah, here's my jig, and I will show a close-up in a second with the trench hog on it. So here I have my collection of spinnerbaits, and as I don't use spinnerbaits that often, I have heard that they catch a lot of bass. So here is one of my spinnerbaits, a nice yellow or neon yellowish chartreuse color. Here's another one in more of an orange and yellow color. So I do like the way that they move in the water, and I feel like a lot of bass would want to eat them. So here's another one. It's a little dirty. It's got some stuff on there. This one's sort of an older one, but it's got that you know, spin factor to it. So when it's going through the water, it spins just like that beautifully. So I do like the action on these things, and I should probably use them more often. So you'll most likely see me using them more often in future videos. And then, you know, just another popper here. I like to use these poppers. You can pick these up from Walmart, Bass Pro Shop, Gander Mountain, anywhere really that sells baits and lures. You can find these things for super cheap. Me personally, I just go to Walmart, pick up a couple for like $3 tops. They're beautiful. I love these poppers. All right, on to my third box, and probably the last one that I'll be showing you guys for the tackle boxes. This one is where I keep most of my hooks, you know, my swivels, my weights, my jigs. Here's just a random jig with a bandito bug from Guggen Baits on there. So here it's a, must have come apart in the box. There's a lot of hooks in here. I'm not gonna get through all the hooks. I'm sure you can imagine what I have in there. And then here is just a stringer that I use when I go trout fishing, salmon fishing, all the fish that I like eating. So I use that stringer. It's actually a brand new one because my other one did break. So I have that in there. Over here I've just got a couple simple jigs. I've got a neon yellow, neon green, and black jigs in there. I don't know the exact weights on them, but they are very effective when you want to use smaller baits, and I have some bigger ones in there for larger baits. You know, just some simple swivels here. You can pick these up for, you know, 25, 50 packs, for God, I don't know, like $5 maybe. Tops at Walmart and other places that sell baits and lures. Alright, so now that we're done with the tackle boxes, let's move on to my tackle little pencil pouches. So here is where I keep all my soft plastic baits. And if we go through here, I have a lot of soft plastic baits, which I will show you in a close-up real quick. You know, just some swim baits here, some Senkos. I do have a lot of Senkos. Power baits from Berkeley, some Pro Series, Rage Tail, which I do like the scent of Rage Tail, and I think the fish do as well. Some big bites. So yeah, I will show you guys a close-up of these in just a minute. I also have some in that pouch. So yeah, I do love my swim baits, or excuse me, my plastics. They work very well and catch a lot of bass. So now on to my Guggen pouch. So in here is where I keep most, not all, of my Guggen baits, and these, I absolutely am obsessed with Guggen baits. They have a beautiful line of lures and plastics and frogs, and really whatever you can find in a bait, they have it. So I love the Guggen baits for their scent. I love them for their creativity. You know, like this, for example, the Rattling Ned. It has a little rattling built into, it has like little weights or whatnot built into the actual Senko itself. I'll hold it up to the camera here. If you guys can hear that, that catches a lot of fish, especially at night when the fish can't particularly see, but they can definitely hear the baits ringing. I also have a lot in there, but that is most of my baits. Just kidding, that's not all of my baits. I did get a mystery tackle box this month, for the month of June, and they sent me a lot of good stuff. They sent me 1,000 fish, saw craw they call it, and I have yet to use these, but I heard great things about 10,000 fish. I also have some oog hooks, a sticker, another white popper, a beautiful football jig with sort of a green pumpkin / neon green coloring to it. I love any type of jigs, especially football jigs. They work extremely well. They also sent me some big bite baits. These look like, I have yet to use these, they look like tube craws, so I'm definitely going to use these in future videos. I'm excited about those. And I do have some power bait catfish bait, which is liver and blood. So I'm not a big fan of these. I actually did try putting them on a treble hook, which it's what they recommend to use. And it actually fell off like every single time I casted it. I'm not a huge fan of the, you know, the catfish baits with the dough baits. I don't know, if I were you, I'd go out just simply and get a can of Spam or any kind of meat you can find. I think those will work perfectly. I don't think it's really worth the extra $6 that I spent on the baits here. But that's, you know, personal preference. So yeah. And in my other pouches, I like to keep some extra line. I typically use 10-pound line or 8-pound line. It depends on, you know, what I'm going after for my different rods and reels. So I typically just go with 10-pound. It helps, you know, with a lot of the fish around here because it's not too heavy, but it's also not too light for any of those big fish. I also keep an extra can of bug spray just in case I have to go through the woods or if the bugs are really buggy that night. It always helps to carry an extra can of bug spray. So in my other pouch, I have some Exo swim baits, some more Guggen baits. I'm obsessed with Guggen baits. Some Big O's Game Changer lures, which sort of looks like, it's called the Eliminator. Sort of looks like a leech with a tail. I have used these a couple times, not much luck with them, but I'll try and use them in future videos if you guys want. Some other Guggen baits, Crack and Craw. I love the Crack and Craws and the Bandito bugs. I highly recommend them, as well as the Lunker Logs and the Rattling Neds. I have some Hammer sticks, that's what they call them. and it's they have explosive injection scent. They're just little swim baits. I've used them a couple times. I like them, and I do recommend them for you guys. And here I have some more Biospawn Bile Bugs, and these are what I showed you guys on the chatterbait back there, the orange and greenish one. I have used these a lot, and they are sort of a craw type bait, but I do love these a lot. And then in the rest of my bag, I like to carry, let's see, bottle of water just in case I don't have any with me, an extra flashlight. Sorry, I didn't mean to blind you there, but I do carry an extra flashlight in case I'm out late. I do carry some baby wipes if I'm dealing with you know, some worms or whatnot, just to clean my hands off so I don't have to use the water from the lake, which it's not always that easy to access. Then if I'm out camping and I want to do a catch and cook, I do carry matches with me, and some twine if I need to string something or tie something together, and some extra paracord string, which is very flammable and can start a fire in just a couple seconds. So I do carry these with me, just in case I'm camping or I need to, yeah. And definitely, especially if you're in my area, which there's, you know, I like to go up to the Adirondacks a lot, which is upstate New York's camping grounds. So I do like to use this poison ivy and poison oak repellent, which is just a lotion, because I have gotten poison ivy, and trust me, it's not something you want. It itches, it hurts, it's just annoying. So definitely use this lotion. It's called Tech New Outdoor Skin Cleanser for poison ivy and poison oak. Definitely use these. So wherever I go, I always have a hat on, so I'm always wearing just a baseball cap from school, but I do like to carry with me an extra bucket hat in case I forget sunblock, or if, you know, I can't keep the sun off of me all the time. And I promise this is my last item in the bag. I do carry an extra scale with me in case I want to measure my fish, see how much they weigh. This thing, it's called the Dr. Meter ESPS01. I love this weight, or this, this scale. It works really well, and I highly recommend it for its cheap price. Alright, so that's everything in my tackle bag. Now let's move on to what I actually use for my rod and reel. Alright, so here I have the Lew's American Hero reel. It's a right hand, which I do like to use the left hand, but for my other left hand, I'm actually ordering a part for it because it fell off, and that is just an Abu Garcia Vengeance reel, which I got it with the combo. But yeah, I do like to use the Lew's American Hero with about 10-pound test green. I'll show a close-up of it in a second. And this reel is amazing. I love it so much. And then here for my rod, I have the Abu Garcia Vengeance rod. It's about 6.5 medium, and I love this rod so much. I just bought it actually a couple days ago for a birthday present, and it's been amazing. You know, I love it because it's not too stiff, it's not too flexible, very sensitive, so you can feel when those fish are biting. And I highly recommend it for its cheap price. I got it from Dick's Sporting Goods for about $79.99. That's with the combo. Plus, I got a $20 off deal with it. So definitely, I highly recommend Abu Garcia Vengeance rods. Now that's my bait casting rod and reel. I do like to use spinners a lot. You know, if you see me using a spinner, I definitely recommend the Ugly Stick GX2. That is what I use. That's actually downstairs right now. So I don't have that on me, but it is the Ugly Stick GX2, and I will leave a link to that in the description, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, so that's my spinner, rod and reel, that's my bait caster, and other than that, I think that's all I really have. So, alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely tune in next time for the next video I release, and thank you all for watching. I'll see you later. Peace.